Hi, I'm Melba Pearson, also known as the Resident Legal Diva, and it's time for another Mondays with Melba. So, here's what happened last week. So I did a number of videos for Legal AF, including number one, a protest explainer in terms of what laws apply when you're trying to protest, how to do so safely, and it definitely was just in time for the No King's Day protest, which, as you know, there was one heck of a turnout. So there's that.
And most importantly, know your rights. You have the right to peaceably assemble. And the police are supposed to help you do that rather than prevent you from doing that.
I also get into the nuts and bolts of a mortgage fraud case. So we have seen how Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook has been accused of mortgage fraud, not charged, just accused. And Attorney General Leticia James from the state of New York was charged, actually indicted and charged with mortgage fraud. So what is it? How do you prove it? What evidence do you need? I break all of that down.
Trump may have seriously miscalculated when he went after Attorney General Leticia James. He just gave one of the most powerful voices in America a megaphone.
Also, sticking with AG James, I talk about her fire rebuttal to all that's going on and what that says about how she is stepping up to meet the moment.
And I will not bow. I will not break. I will not bend. I will not capitulate. I will not give in. I will not give up.
Then on top of that, she's a woman of faith. Now, I'm not trying to take nobody to church or convert anybody, but I'm just saying, if you know anything about Black women in the church, and she goes to Emmanuel Baptist, listen, she knows how to orate.
You come for me, you gotta come to all of us.
Not today, Satan. Not today, neck. Not today, ankles. We don't have it.
I was on Law and Crime with Jesse Weber, and we talked about the horrible story out of Italy of a model who was murdered in front of everyone by her boyfriend.
Her much older boyfriend is believed to be the culprit. Italian police say he was caught red-handed in the middle of the act. We are going to be taking a closer look at this international investigation with civil rights and criminal law attorney Melba Pearson.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, so this is another opportunity to make sure we know the signs, know what resources are available. So if we are confronted with a situation, we know how we can help. And if heaven forbid we're in a situation, we know how to get help and to get ourselves safe.
When in fact I did have to defend myself, I was charged with aggravated assault, but that happens quite often from other cases.
So tough discussion, but definitely very important. Coming up this week, I'm going to be doing a deep dive into what's happening in Venezuela. So as we know, there've been a number of strikes on vessels off the coast of Venezuela. Now, Trinidad has entered the chat because 2 Trinidadian fishermen were killed as a result. There's also a person from Colombia who died in one of the boat strikes as well. So I talk about what this means for the region at large. And also, are we repeating mistakes from the past, a la Panama 1989? Yeah, there was that. No court TV this week because I am on the road for a conference.
You see how I walk through the airport? Very demure. I don't do a lot like these other girls. I get to my gate and I get on the plane. I'm very cutesy, very demure.
Lastly, I end up getting into a deep discussion on all of the high-level folks that are just cutting and running from the Department of Justice because they do not want to do things that they know are unethical. But there will be a Melba Make It Make Sense where I talk about the double standards in terms of what folks get outraged about and what they don't.
Clutch the pearls. What a sneaky thing to do.
And and what that really means for justice, our system, and how should we be thinking about some of the things that we're seeing in the news, and how should we be responding. So there's all of that. Make sure to sound off in the comments on any topics you want me to cover, questions that you may have. I'll be happy to dive in and give some more explainers. And with that, take good care. Diva out. Bye.